and welcome to the FBTV Weekly Highlights Show. Just the one game for you this weekend. It comes from Capital League 1 down at Wakerley Park. The host, Souths, up against Southside Eagles. And Southside Eagles keeper Matt Tubbs just making some last-minute adjustments to the net. And we can get underway. And the Souths keeper, Camilo Vargas, the first touch of the match. There's Anderson there for Souths as they continue to advance forward. Into the box is Velasquez Ortiz. Tubbs with the save. And on the replay, second look at that from Eastman Velasquez Ortiz. Straight into the breadbasket of Matt Tubbs. He can't hang on to it, but all's well that ends well. Souths look to launch another attacking raid here. Andrews, he's brought down heavily there by Sam Porch. And the yellow card comes straight out for the Southside Eagles player. And yep, if you're going to collect a player, you may as well do it properly. And Sam Porch did so that time around. So corner here to Souths, punched away by Tubbs. Trying to poke it through there was Velasquez Ortiz. So in from the left-hand side, Tubbs punches away. And referee's blown his whistle. There's a player down here in the background after that contest. Let's take another look at that. And Tubbs has collected his own man, Scott Cowden, there. And he'll leave the pitch. Gives the thumbs up, though. Everything's all right. Down the line here for Eagles. Falco turns inside, gets around a couple of South defenders. On there for Kerr, and Nilsson has his shot cleared off the line. Falco's still in there, and Southside Eagles unlucky not to score the first goal, and immediately a counter down the other end of the park. Second look at that. Kerr commits Vargas deep off his line, and somehow Nilsson tried to poke it away but kept off the line. Left-hand side this time for Alexander. Rounds the defender. And that one across the face. Not too far away were the home side that time round. Cut out there by Alexander. Andrews. Alexander continues on his run. And a bit of push and shove there between Jacob Alexander and Matt Tubbs there. In the end, referee points to the goal kick. Matt Tubbs has a few words to say as well. Never backwards in coming forward. Young. Puts it out in the left. Brought down is Andrews. Free kick here to Souths. Michael Andrews collects his second heavy knock of the evening. This time it's Jacob Mengotti with the challenge. No sanction forthcoming this time though. As Andrews slowly regains his feet and being helped to the sideline by the physio. So throw in here for Souths. That was a fashioned old cross. Tubbs is flat-footed and Souths have scored the opening goal here through Haran Amerovic. Lobbed up high. Amerovic gets to the ball first. Tubbs is stranded on his line. And Souths have a 1-0 lead. Free kick here to Southside Eagles. Played in towards the box. Falco got the head on it. And McCoy's effort straight to Vargas. Free kick to South midway through the second half. They have the 1-0 lead. Played deep into the box, and not sure Tubbs knew a lot about that. Managed to get his left hand on it there at the last moment. Alexander. Was Cowden brought down? Yes, said the referee. There was a heavy challenge on the Southside Eagles player after the whistle had been blown. Yeah, so the obvious foul there. And then on the replay here, two players tangle. So free kick drifted into the box. Dealt with by South at the end. And the free kick goes against Southside Eagles. Any complaints coming in there? Alexander dancing his way through. Looks to go a bit wider on the left there. Along the ground and just wide of the left upright. South's almost doubling their advantage. Oh, fresh air swing. That's going to benefit Southside Eagles. Vargas has come deep off his line. He had to be correct and accurate, and he was in the end. Good work from the South's gloveman. Done. Anderson. Bit of room to move in. Puts his ball through. Amerivich. Now this looks like Stockwell. Stockwell buys some room, and with 10 minutes remaining, the home side are 2-0 to the goods. Well, persistence here from South. Amerivich on there for Stockwell. Tubbs outstretched, can't stop it. And they've managed to beat about 3 or 4 players there, have Souths. And now with 4.5 remaining of regulation time, they look on their way to collecting all 3 points. Perhaps another goal in them here. And there it is, another one. So Souths have this one wrapped up now. Latest goal coming through Joshua Anderson. Anderson beats Tubbs. Souths lead 3-0. So into the 3rd minute of stoppage time. That'll do it. Souths have come away 3-0 winners against Southside Eagles in this Capital One League clash from Wakerley Park.
So Luke, tell us about your junior career.
Spent a lot of time up north in Bundaberg. Started it across the ways ever since I was young, and then when the Bundaberg Spirit come into play, played with them until that folded, and spent a lot of time with Waves in and around, doing a lot of things with them. So it was really good to progress myself when I moved here.
Across the Waves are a massive club in Bundaberg, aren't they?
Massive club, yeah. In the old 4X league, I heard they were pretty dominant, and they're still dominant in the local league. Just as the years went by, we don't get as much chance through the Brisbane comps and further south as well.
In the Bundaberg competition, were you one of the big players at the time? Did you feel as if you were a big fish in a small pond?
I never felt that way. I always felt like I had the players around me. The team, we're always a close-knit group, and it's very similar here as well, but Waves in general, we just always had the consistent boys that were around us, so it was good to be a part of.
So what made you come to Brisbane then?
I moved here, I just wanted to see if I could further myself a little bit more. Just for the plain fact, I wanted to test, see what the Brisbane leagues were like, and hopefully go as far as I could. The other reason was uni, and just to finish my degree here as well.
So you're studying at UQ as well?
No, I'm doing it externally with CQU, which is obviously up north. So I need to finish that off and hopefully see the degree through and stick with UQ through the way.
How are you finding living in Brisbane?
I'm not a fan of the traffic, to be honest. But no, it's good. It's a lot bigger, a lot more variety to get through. And these boys here have made it a lot easier since I've moved here this year.
Tell us a little bit about UQ. How come you signed with this club?
I was with Brisbane City last year, and Glenn Walker was the coach. And then when he moved here, he offered a spot here as well, and I just really wanted to continue that relationship because it worked at the start, so wanted to see how far we could go with that.
You're off to a great start this season. What do you put that down to?
Again, just the people around. We've all bonded really well. The pre-season wasn't, anything serious. We just needed to blend, get those relationships, get that rapport. And now that we've got that, we're just working for each other on the field. So it's working well so far. We need to keep going with it.
Tell us a little bit about David De Silva. What's he like as a coach?
He's very strategic. I think that's good for the boys. We all personally do our own fitness, so we need to get through that. Once we get on the ball, that's when we need to be more focused. Him as a coach is really good with all the lads, bonds well, and that's what I think this club needed a lot more than anything.
And have you got any personal goals this season?
I'd love to push UQ at least minimum to the final series. I think, like you said, we've made a great start, and that's the ambition. No personal goals, but as a team, I think that's what we need to do.
So let's take a look at the results and the table from the Flight Centre Premier League. UQFC and Logan fought out a 1-1 draw on Friday night. Lions with 3 second-half goals dominated Mitchelton 4-1. Holland Park 2-0 winners against Capella. Rochdale and Peninsula were 1-1. Albany Creek defeated North Pine for the second time in 4 days, while East defeated Ipswich Knights for their first win of the season. An unlikely sight, UQFC at the top of the table. Onto the club championship, Lions lead the way, and down the bottom of the table already a gap developing between the 10th and 11th sides, and as we've seen in previous seasons, you don't want to let that gap get away from you so as not to be relegated. Capital League 1, North Star and Brisbane Knights a 2-2 draw. Wolves defeated Mount Gravatt. Moggle were 4-2 winners against Centenary Stormers. Taringa defeated Bayside away from home. And as we've just seen, South defeated Southside Eagles. Grange Thistle and Pine Rivers was postponed. Lennon Park not quite ready for action just yet. So Taringa lead the way with 3 wins from 3 games. South, Bayside United and Wolves all in the top 4. Capital League 2, Annalee defeated Acacia Ridge. Western Spirit away from home to Oxley. Ipswich City in the Gap had a 1-1 draw. Brisbane Force were 3-goal winners against Redcliffe PC Whitesea. A 9-goal thriller and 5 red cards in the match between Pine Hills and Park Ridge, while New Farm defeated Slacks Creek. The Gap and Annalee lead the way on 7 points, a host of sides on 6 behind them. Capital League 3, Tarragindi continue to do well. Jimboomba defeated Clairvaux. Maroondah were 2-0 winners against Bard Latrobe. Virginia defeated Newmarket 3-0. Toowong were big winners against Ridge Hills, while Narangba and Westside played out a 3-all draw. So Toowong and Tarragindi Tigers with 3 wins from 3 matches. So too Virginia, 5 points already separating 3rd and 4th. Capital 4, Logan Metro got the job done at home. Kangaroo Point Rovers defeated Greenbank. Bethania defeated Logan Village. Sanford Rangers were 5-1 winners against North Brisbane. Deception Bay defeated Logan City Kings, while St George Willawong and Caboolture's match were postponed. Springfield had the bye. So Bethania leads the way with 3 wins from 3 matches. Behind them are Logan Metro and Deception Bay. Kangaroo Point in 4th, but still a host of catch-up matches to play, as well as the bye influencing the table. The Mount Franklin Women's Premier League, Capella won away at Peninsula Power. Olympic defeated UQFC. The Gap and Annalee played out a 1-all draw. Mitchelton big winners against Toowong. Logan FC defeated Eastern Suburbs, and Pine Hills on Sunday night defeated South United. Look at this for a table, just 1 point separates the top 8 teams after 3 rounds. So next week on FBTV, our feature game is from round 4 of the Flight Centre Premier League. Albany Creek hosts Rochdale Rovers. The highlight show, it's Capital League 2 action between Western Spirit and Ipswich City in the local derby. And then in the Flight Centre Premier League, it'll be Eastern Suburbs versus UQFC. There'll also be FC11 Super Youth League highlights from round 4 in the under-14s between Brisbane Force and Wolves FC, and the under-15s Force versus Mitchelton.